Hello, everyone, ready to listen to chapter number 7? And if you're ready, let's begin Double Trouble, chapter 7. The imposter knights began pounding at the Black Knight's outer shell, trying to break through. But before they succeeded, the real vortex rolled into the clearing and the true knights came charging forward. Step aside, you villains! Clay yelled. We are the real knights of the land, sworn protectors of the realm. Malthus said. He glared at the real Clay, staring him down from across the clearing. Nope, sorry. We are the knights of this realm. No, you are not, insisted Clay. We fight for justice, courage, chivalry. So do we, bluttered Malter. Juice box, courage, shiver me timbers. What? Clay asked. Blah blah blah, Malter screamed. The rest of the fake knights echoed him and charged at the real knights, hollering blah blah blah. But there was one thing the real knights had that the fake knights didn't. Prepare for Nexoscan, Murloc 2.0 said. The knights quickly held up their shields. Nexo Knights, Clay shouted. Nexo Power, Avenging Ultra Armor, Murloc 2.0 said. There was a flash of light as the Nexo power downloaded into their shields. The real knights glowed with their charged up armor and weapons. Clay was now armed with propeller, Lance with two big wings, Aaron with four green lasers, Macy with a huge cannon, and Axel with a pair of huge arms and fists on his back. They raced forward, ready to take the other knights down. What is all this talk about? Blah blah blah. Clay as he swung his sword at Malta, who was still disguised as Clay. I never say that. He blasted Malta so hard that the impostor went flying. Aaron whipped through the air on his hover shield, going after his own doppelganger. Dude, you are so extremely lame. That is. He blasted the fake Aaron. Macy taunted Lavaria, saying, Oh, come on, is that the best you can do? Lavaria growled. She swung hard at Macy, but Macy nailed her with a powerful bolt of Nexo power. Axel and Bernsey, who was disguised as the fake Axel, battled nearby. Bernsey leaned forward and sniffed at Axel, curling his mouth into a sneer. Ew, what did you eat before? Bacon wrapped pork fritters, Axel said, licking his lips. Why do you ask? Does my breath stink? He let out a long exhale of pork scented breath, blowing it straight into Bernsey's face. Overwhelmed by the smell, Bernsey stumbled backward and fell straight into the empty weapon's chest. The lid slammed closed, and a horde of goblins grabbed the chest and ran off with it. Axel said with a belch. Good food and bad breath saved the day again, yeah. There was one last impostor to take care of, the other Lance. But the real Lance was having some trouble disposing of such a magnificent looking fellow. How could I ever strike someone so handsome and stylish? He asked, gazing at the mirror image of himself. Fake Lance whacked the real knight in the gut with his weapon. Lance looked up and swooned. And so forceful too. I dare say you are the perfect man. Imposters, Lance swung at Lance again, knocking him sideways just as it looked like the bad guy was going to take him. Clay raced forward and slammed the last of Jestro's monsters aside with his sword. Having been defeated, each of the monsters magically transformed back into their original forms and fled. They scurried into the fortress for cover, which, woof, turned back into the evil mobile once again. Brilliant, Jestro cheered. We have deceived them into thinking they have won. Right? He turned to the Book of Monsters but found that his sidekick had already escaped to the safety of their vehicle. The evil mobile began to roll away. Jestro jumped and ran after it. Hey, wait for me! The Book of Monsters smirked, watching as Jestro raced to catch up to the others. He is deceptively quick for a guy in a jester outfit. Come back, the Black Knight shouted after Jestro and his team of monsters. This isn't over. I can still bite you. But the villains were gone. The only people who remained in the clearing were the five real knights, Ava and the Black Knight. Watch his arms and legs. Clay warned. The knight stepped aside as the Black Knight's disconnected arms and legs crawled and hopped around on the ground. Thank you, brave knights, the Black Knight said gratefully. But how did you find me? Ava stepped forward, holding a tracking gadget. Oh, it was easy, she said. We just tracked down the signal of whoever was hacking our system and then jammed the illegal downloads. You did that? The Black Knight asked. Incredulous. Ava shrugged. I can't take all the credit. Robin's the master mechanic. But we couldn't find him anywhere. So I had to make do with some gear and I grabbed from his room. Well, you should have logged off the disable protocol first, the Black Knight said. Clay narrowed his eyes at the enormous mech, wondering how he knew so much about Murloc 2.0's DG magic system. Who is this Black Knight anyway? He asked. The Black Knight's suit of armor opened and Robin popped out. Robin? Eva gasped. Robin stood proudly inside the pilot compartment of the battered Black Knight torso, gripping the controls tightly. He waved awkwardly. Hey guys, what's going on? You are the Black Knight? Clay asked. Robin grinned. I meant to tell everyone, but it seemed like you knights had gone bad, so I didn't know who to trust. I thought this Black Knight mech was the only way to beat you guys, who weren't really you guys. Clay and the other knights exchanged impressed looks. Nice work, little grommet dude, said Aaron. Thanks, Robin said, flushing with pride. So now can I skip school and go with you on all your cool quests? Can I? Can I? Robin got his answer not long afterward when the knights dumped him on the front steps of Knights Academy for the second time in less than a week. Figures, Robin said, sighing. They will never take us with them. He and Ava trudged into school, both feeling proud that they had helped save the Ram Jestro's crew, but they were also both disappointed. They knew their lessons at the academy were important, but it just seemed like they learned even more when they were out in the world with the rest of the Nexo Knights team. as they passed a video monitor in the main hall. The screen blazed to life. Murloc 2.0's bright orange face grinned out at them from inside the video screen. Murloc, Eva said, "What are you doing here?" "Promoting you," Murloc 2.0 said, "to the next level of the academy." "What?" Robin asked, cheering. "You have demonstrated excellence in technology," Murloc 2.0 said, nodding to Eva. Then he turned to Robin and added, "And you in combat." He smiled serenely at both of them and added, "More than enough knightly skills to fulfill your requirements for this semester." "Really?" Robin said happily. He began to jump up and down excitedly. "So, no more academy?" Murloc 2.0 shook his head. "Well, not until next year. There is still much schoolwork ahead, and both studying and doing are important. But there is a time for studying and a time for doing." "See?" Robin gloated. "Told ya I'm a doer." "Yes," Murloc 2.0 agreed. He glanced over his shoulder, "And I was also wondering if you could help our knights do a little bodybuilding." Behind Murloc, the knights were hard at work on their next quest, assembling the broken Black Knight mech. "Are you sure that's where the head goes?" Macy snapped as Clay tried to stuff the headpiece into one of the shoulder sockets. Then Macy and the others tried to prop the mech up on its feet, but the poor thing just fell to pieces again. Robin and Eva both. It wasn't easy watching the noble knights look so helpless, but the fact was, they were knights, not builders. Robin knew that building things was best left to the experts like him. As they made their way toward the doors that would take them away from the Knight Academy for the rest of the semesters, both of the knights and Tits began to laugh. They knew the knights were lucky Robin and Eva would be helping out around the fortress even more from now on. Thanks to Eva, brilliant tech skills, and Robin's knack for building stuff, the knights could focus on what they were best at, protecting the people of the realm. And with Jestro and the Book of Monsters still roaming around out in the world, there were sure to be plenty more heroic missions in store for the Nexo Knights heroes. When it's time to face them again, the heroes would be ready. All 7 of them. The end. And that's the end of all the chapters of Double Trouble. Be ready to listen to the next story, which is Prella's Talent. Alright, I'll be back. Till then, stay safe. See you. Bye bye.